Have you forgotten that once we were brought here, we were robbed of our names, robbed of our language. We lost our religion, our culture, our God. And many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our minds.
Freeway Rick Ross here on Onsite hiphop.com.
So what's been going on, Rick?
Man, grinding, you know.
Well, how long have you been on the streets so far?
September will be 5 years.
So what's been the motivation, since then?
Well, my motivation stems from my time in jail. You know, it was people that wanted to see my demise, and for me now to be thriving, to have my book out. I mean, if my book don't sell one copy, I'll accomplish a goal that I had when I was in prison with a life sentence, was to just get it done. And to get it done on my own is just like crazy right now for me, you know. So, we grinding.
So what's the book about? It's an autobiography?
It's an autobiography. It starts from when I was a little boy, when I moved to California. Talks about my mom and the things that I saw, at an early age that affected my life and affected the way I started to think. I mean, everything that I can remember is there. I didn't leave out nothing on purpose. It's a good read. I mean, the reviews that I'm getting right now is crazy.
I mean, it's a small book, man. I can't get your whole life in there.
No, we didn't get the whole life in there. You got to buy the second one too.
Oh, okay. So it's coming in installments, right?
Yeah, it's gonna come in installments. I don't want to make it too thick, where nobody would want to read it, but it's thick. You know what I'm saying? It's nice and thick.
Well, if one thing I know and everybody else know about you, you're a hustler, so the books is definitely gonna get off. You know what I'm saying? But
well, you know what, man, you brought up a good point. The only place you're gonna be able to buy this book, I'm not letting bookstores have it.
Why's that?
Bookstores, Amazon, none of them can have it, because I want the guys on the streets to get it first.
Okay.
I want to get them a shot at making some money, and so often we get everything last. After everybody done picked over it and nibbled off of it, then they bring it to us, and then we got to try to work with it. Well, with this one here, I'm gonna make sure that we eat it first.
Well, let me ask you a question. Everybody tries to pattern their lifestyle after you. You know what I mean? Because you are the goal. You're the Donald Trump of the inner city. You know what I'm saying? So, for the young people who are trying to make books and or the independent person, how do you go about doing something like that?
Well, the first thing you got to have a desire. Once you build up a desire in yourself to accomplish something, if you truly desire it, it'll happen for you. Everything that you need will come to you. The universe will come to your aid, and people will come to your aid once you truly make the sacrifices that it takes.
So you're speaking on a metaphysical level then?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, man, that's some serious stuff right there, man. I guess you had a lot of time.
Well, I go out there sometimes. I read over 300 books before I got out of prison. And, as you know, I started off illiterate. 28 years old, I was illiterate. So I know now that anything's possible. I no longer set ceilings over my head. I just let stuff go and I go for what I know. And I feel like I can go as high as I want to go. That there's nobody can stop me but myself.
So what's your process in achieving the goals that you set for yourself? You know what I mean? Like, how does your mind work in as far as?
Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to make $20. If you can't sell one book, then you're never gonna sell platinum. So many times, and a lot of artists get mad at me because I try to explain that to them. If you can't sell your music to your mother, your father, your brothers, nobody else is gonna buy it. If you can't sell it to your friends, nobody's gonna buy your stuff. So the first thing you gotta do to know that your stuff is up to par is be able to sell to your friends, your loved ones, and the people you know.
So what kind of marketing strategy are you using to get that out there?
Well, I'm using everything. I go around the country speaking. I spoke at Brown University a couple weeks ago, which is one of the most prestigious colleges in the country. And that was another accomplishment of mine. I was hoping to speak at Harvard or Yale first, but Brown is right up there in the same league. I got a call 2 days ago from St. John University in New York. So I go around the country, high schools, junior high schools, and I speak to young people and old people about the laws and the principles of what I did and what I'm doing right now. And this book also is going to be a testimony to those laws and those principles.
All right, well, getting back to this statement you just made, I'm pretty sure I know what you talk about when you go to the inner city schools and talk to the youth. But what are the questions that they ask you at the prestigious universities? You know?
Well, they want to know what was it like to be in prison. Why was a guy 28 years old and not able to read? How did I learn how to read? How am I doing some of the things I'm doing now? What I found out is most of our kids, they're smart when it comes down to textbook, computer, but they don't have what you call common sense. You know, they can't think and figure out answers and solutions. And so one of the things that I try to get them to understand is that they have to also become critical thinkers, you know, to be able to look at a situation and say, you know what, something is wrong here, let's fix it.
So like, how do you feel about, like, you know, what's going on obviously in the music industry right now, and you know, how do you feel about what's going on in the music industry?
Well, I ain't happy with the music industry at all, not mainstream. I mean, right now we got 3 corporations that basically dictate music, what we're gonna listen to, when we listen to it, who's gonna be famous, who's not gonna be famous, and I don't believe that that's the way hip hop was founded, was started, and I think that we need to change it.
So what are your steps into changing it?
Well, you know, I started the website, the Real Rick Ross mixtapes, you know, to give artists a chance. I also, whenever I get a chance, try to talk to artists and let them know how they have to build themselves up and market themselves so that they don't become a puppet to these major labels and look one way and actually be something totally different.
So with let's say, like, you know, with the people, the young rappers and entertainers you meet in the industry, and then let's just say if you were to be surrounded by some young hustlers or whatever, how do they pay homage to the originals out there, or what is the whole vibe?
Street cats love me. I mean, I get a respect from street cats that I don't even know if I deserve. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's just like crazy. I can't even explain how they make me feel, you know. So, I don't know, it's just crazy, man. I mean, I can go to any city in this country, I feel like. I can go to any project. I can go places that, you know, a lot of people are scared to go, and I don't be afraid, you know, because...
Like the rappers, huh?
I don't know, man. They just give me love that I just don't understand it, you know.
Right.
But I love it, though. Don't get me wrong. I love what they do for me. You know, I love how they treat me, and I'm gonna do everything I can to keep that.
Right, that's right.
I don't want to betray them in no kind of way, nor let them down.
Right, you know? Exactly. So I don't think you can let them down, man. They got a lot of rope to climb to live up to the things that you've done in the world. You know what I mean? And things that you've done after being in prison and everything. And so let me ask you a question. So about the whole prison thing, is there such thing as rehabilitation?
Not in America, no. Our prisons is for warehousing. And what I mean by that is for taking a young man that's a certain age, 18 years old, and they put him on a shelf, and in 12, 13 years after he's done his time, they take him out and they put him back on the street. I don't believe that their intention is for people to stay out of prison. They have what they call a prison complex now, where they take young guys and they put them in, they train them how to do certain jobs, and they're hoping that they never have to replace that person for that job. So if this person gets out of prison, then they have to train somebody else to come in and take the job that he had been doing.
So what's your advice for a young brother that is going into the system right now, and how is he supposed to survive? He's got a pretty long time to do.
well, the most important thing is educate yourself. And I'm gonna give you 3 books that I love. That I can't figure out. You know, I was just interviewing today with a reporter from Brown University, and he asked me to pick one of the 3 books. I mean, one of my favorite books. And I told him that I can't do it. You know, there's no way possible I can pick my favorite book, but I can pick my 3 favorite books. And I read each one of them over 28 times, trying to figure out which one is the best. It's Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Think, and The Richest Man in Babylon.
Whoa. So what about any the most popular books are like generally when you first get into prison
Dutch.
and you start to read
Everybody's reading Dutch.
Dutch and
My
the
man
48
wrote
Laws.
Dutch, you know what I'm saying? My man, he wrote Dutch, so you know I got to give him a shout out. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't something that I wanted to read. You know, I had already lived everything that they have in the street leg books. You know, so I didn't want to know street leg. I wanted to find out how was these dudes making it in corporate America and why I couldn't make it in corporate America.
Okay. So, but let me ask you a question about. So, there's a film that's supposed to be about you, and Jamie Foxx, I heard, had a lot to do with it, or whatever. He's gonna play you in the film, or what's going on with that whole?
Yeah, we talked to Jamie, Nick Cannon. You know, said he wants to do it. Columbus Shore said he wanted to do it. Michael K. Williams, who's playing in Kill the Messenger, said he wanted to do it. You know, Michael K's playing my role in Who Killed the Messenger, which will be coming out in theaters, I think, October 3rd. It's going to be a big movie. Gary Webb, the reporter that broke my story, from San Jose that got killed, shot himself in the head twice. It's his movie. Well, you know, we're still working on it. We got a ways to go with it. But I think this book is going to let them know why they need to do that movie.
That's right. So I know you heard about the NWA movie and stuff like that. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, they should definitely give you a presentation in that.
Well, you know, I like the idea. One of my artists, Curtis Young, Dr. Dre's son, is planning on playing in there. He's trying to play his father's role. So I'm excited for him to be in there. But I haven't heard anything from him about the movie. They haven't asked me. You know, the first movie that I acted in, I just found out the director died, Streets of Hard Knock, with Tron out of D.C. But they haven't mentioned NWA to me yet. But,
okay.
You know, I wish them all the best.
Okay. So being that, it seems like, you know, of course you got the entrepreneurial spirit, and in this day and age we live in.
I love entrepreneurs.
That's right. And in this day and age we're living in the entrepreneurial thing. You know, being that, you know, you did most of your grind here in LA, and, you know, the entertainment industry is a billion-dollar industry, but most of the inner city youths don't have any part of that. You know what I mean? And you're going about a way to, in a revolutionary...
America, Universal, Sony, and Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm. So you're revolutionizing the thing and taking it over for yourself and...
For us, you know, I'm doing it for the streets. I ain't just gonna make money. You know, when I sold drugs, I didn't just sell drugs for me. You know, I sold drugs for all my homies, and I made it so that they can make money as well. One of the things that I got a young attorney that hang with me, and that he brought to my attention, he said that when one time I was paying $70-some thousand for a kilo. When I got kilos down to 10,000, I didn't keep my homies at 70,000. You know, I had them paying 15. You know, I'm credited to being the one to slash the prices of cocaine.
Well, I mean, well, with that being said, you know, I mean, when you're showing that kind of love, I'm sure you make a lot of enemies.
Yeah, but they be so far away that you never hear from them.
Okay.
Because everybody want that 15. Everybody trying to get that ticket. So, you know, they might be mad for a minute, but once they find out they can get it at 15, then they jump on board too.
Okay, so what about the wolves and stuff like that? People who like, oh well, they'll try
you know, if you run around, you run around the hood with $2 and $3 million in a duffel bag, you know, it's always somebody that is willing to challenge you for that bag. So, you know, you have to have your protection on it.
Okay. Okay, but you don't seem like a violent kind of person per se. I never really hear your name called up in the violence and stuff.
Absolutely not. I was anti-violence, only in self-defense.
Okay.
But I was equipped, at the time. I had the arsenal.
Did people try to test you like that?
Not really. I had a couple little incidents, but I thought my way out of it. I used my head, and I didn't make the wrong call. It's been times that something went down and I could have made the wrong call that could have sent me and all my homies to jail for the rest of our lives. And I thought about it and weighed it out. It's like a guy might owe you $300,000 or $400,000. You could go and kill him, or you could say, you know what? If we kill him and the police find out about it, it's gonna cost us $1 million to fight the case, and we still might lose. So sometimes you have to write off losses that you don't want to write off, but in the long run, it turns out to be the best move.
So any regrets?
None. I love life right now. I'm living life to the fullest. This is my summer. My book is out. My documentary is finna come out. The sky's the limits for me, man. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. I was just in Esquire magazine with Obama on the cover, and I always make a joke out of it when I go to the colleges and talk. I say, well, they gave Obama the cover, but they gave me the magazine.
That's pretty big right there, man.
Yeah, the president get 2 pages and you get 8.
That's dope.
That's saying a whole lot, So
how does this? It seems like because you have such a, because you got the magazine, of Esquire magazine, and then everybody on the streets, on the streets consider you like God. You know what I mean? You're the God of what everybody's trying to do. And how does but you still have this humble disposition about yourself? How do you maintain that with your real life?
Well, I know all the stuff that has been done is not what really defines you. It's what you do for others that gonna be what really defines you in the end. A lot of times we believe that because we can dunk a basketball that we better than everybody else, or because we got more money than everybody else that we better than them. But I don't believe that. I believe that we all the same, that we all put our pants on one leg at a time, and I'm no different than nobody else. So I have to treat everybody the way I want them to treat me.
Man, I got a million questions I could ask you, Rick, man.
We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it another day.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get it all in the day, man. Let's say some. Oh, you know what? Too, my T-shirts they've been doing good too. You know what I'm saying?
I got that T-shirt for you too, though, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
Oh man, we gotta release that joint.
I've been waiting on
I sold like 13,000 T-shirts last year.
What?
Yeah.
And how much a pop?
Only $20.
Only $20.
Yeah.
Only $20. 13. I'm gonna come back and do the math on that shit, and I'm gonna put it right across the screen, so don't even worry. What's that? $260,000.
I did all right with it. Yeah. This year I'm gonna try to do like 20.
20?
Yeah, this year I'm shooting for 20.
Okay, all right, man. That's what's up, man. So any parting words?
I'm ready for that design, though. Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Let's put that design out. You know what? This is the time. I'm finna be the talk of the country.
That's what I was waiting on to release it around here.
2 movies getting ready to come out. There's gonna be marketing. They're gonna be marketing me in the movies, in my book. So I'm finna be hot, man.
All right, that's what's up,
BET,
man.
they trying to get in. Everybody trying to get in, So we gonna be hot, man. Let's put that shirt out right now.
Let's do that, man. We'll talk about that after the camera go off.
This is the real Rick Ross. Onsite hiphop.com. That's how we do it.